Hey, what's going on? I'd like to welcome you all to Water Your Soil. So this video is going to be pretty simple as far as me explaining things, but you're here because the title is in relation to how to decrease your credit card debt. This is something that's going to be very vital in the next couple of years, especially with the way the economy is going. So if you want to see those changes and positive improvements on your credit score, for a lot of you who are out there, you're going to have to cut down on your credit card debt. In this video, I'm going to provide you with some tips on how to go about doing that, all right? So let's get right into it. Let me address some things before I begin this video. Number one, I want you all to know, everyone out there watching this video, I want you to know this video and the advice in this video is strictly subjective. Also, this advice is to be used at your own discretion. It's up to you. I'm not telling you that you have to follow this advice. It's up to you to determine whether or not you want to follow the advice, all right? Now, when it comes to credit card debt, a lot of people are in credit card debt. I was just having this conversation the other day. Credit card debt right now is pretty high, and it's just going to continue to go up, especially with the way how things are going in the economy. You know, we currently have high inflation, so a lot of people are turning to their credit cards in order to, you know, create a facade as if they can continue to spend and as if they have money. I did a couple of videos previously, and as you know, there's a pattern with my videos. If you're new to this channel, you may not know, and you may want to check out some of my previous videos, like my last couple of videos. But I did a couple of videos previously, and I talked about the pattern that's consistently happening in regards to credit card debt. And people are not using credit cards the correct way. As I stated in the previous video, some people, they have knowledge and know how to avoid credit card debt, and they just choose to ignore it. And the other people don't have any knowledge in regards to credit card debt. So this video right here is more on the back end than it is on the front end. And you know, this Water Your Soil YouTube channel is based mainly on the front end, how to avoid credit card debt, how to avoid your credit score from dropping and things of that nature. But this video right here is going to be about you already being in credit card debt, because a lot of you out there are in credit card debt. So it's going to be about you already being in credit card debt and how to get out of it. Now, I'm going to talk to you from a transparency level. I don't have any credit card debt, and I didn't have a time period when I was in credit card debt. Ever since I started using credit cards, minus my Best Buy card that I had when I was younger, once I got my secured credit card, ever since that time I had my secured credit card, I have followed the simple method of paying off whatever I spend. And that has kept me out of being in credit card debt over time. I would say for the last 8 years or so, I have avoided being in credit card debt from paying off whatever I spend. I created that habit. Now I'll let you know right here, whenever you create that habit and you stick by that habit, it's going to become natural to you. It's just going to click, and it's going to be something that you feel as though you have to do. You have to pay off your full statement balance every month in order to avoid credit card debt. Now, getting into this video, because that's what you all are here for. You're here to know how to pay down your credit card debt. Now, there are a couple of things that you're going to need in order to do so. And that's strictly for this video. As I said, it's subjective. Everyone is not going to take this advice. This advice is not going to relate to everyone. But I feel as though this advice is effective from the people I have shared it with over the years and the success that it has had over the years. Now, I'm a firm believer in no idea is original. So I'm sure there is someone out there who has the same idea and the same advice that I have. I'm big on no idea is original. I believe we all have similar ideas. Someone just gets it out there first, or they just get it out there on a major level first. But I feel as though there's usually more than one person in the world with a similar idea. Like I said, it's just all about who gets it out first and who has that opportunity to. But when it comes to paying down credit card debt, what you want to do, you're going to need income, of course. Now, the type of income and how much income, that's where being subjective comes into play and it's more about case by case, because some of you have incomes that are very high, and some of you have incomes that are not as high as others. But anyone can follow this advice as long as you have income and a little bit of free money sitting around. Now, if you don't have free money sitting around, and what do I mean by free money? I'm talking about money that you may use on, leisure things, such as like going out to eat or going shopping, buying sneakers, buying fragrances, whatever it may be that you throw your money at for either a hobby or any type of leisure. I consider that to be money that's free, meaning it's not intended to pay bills with. All right. So either you're going to need that money or you're going to need to cut down on some of your spending. Either way, you may need to cut down on some of your spending. So for the people who don't have a high income and they don't have a lot of money coming in and they may be a little tight with income. So what you want to do is every week, you want to set aside $25. And what I mean by set aside, I mean, you're actually going to use this $25. It's not like you're going to set it aside and just let it sit for the month. No, you're going to use it. And what you're going to use it on, every week, you're going to put $25 towards your credit card debt. So that $25 you want to make towards your credit card debt. Now, I'm sure you all have a certain amount that you already pay every month towards your credit card debt. I will hope you're just not letting your credit card debt just pile up and continue to gain interest and late fees. If that's you, then this video is probably not for you. But those of you who do make consistent payments every month towards getting your credit card debt down, this is for you. So basically, you take $25 every week and you're going to pay it towards your credit card bill. It's 4 weeks in a month usually. So with those 4 weeks in a month, majority of the time, you're going to end up putting an extra $100 towards your credit card debt. Now, it may not seem like much, especially if you don't have a high income. It may not seem like much. However, putting that extra $100 towards your credit card debt per month, you're going to start to see changes in 2 areas. Number one, you're going to start seeing changes in how much you owe overall with your credit card debt. And number 2, you're going to start seeing slight changes with your credit score. So you're not just going to throw $100 at your credit card debt overall. Remember, you still have to pay the regular amount that you've been paying towards your credit card debt. I don't know if it's $100 a month. I don't know if it's $200. I don't know if it's $300. I don't know how much you pay towards your credit card bills per month. As I stated before, it's case by case and subjective, but you're going to throw the $100 from the $25 every week on top of what you already pay towards your credit card debt. Now, 25, for some of you, it may be too much, and for some of you, it may not be enough. So if you can afford to throw more than $25 per week at your credit card debt, do it. You may want to pay $50 per week. You may want to pay $75 per week. Some of you may want to pay $100 every week. Whatever it is, how much ever you can afford to throw at your credit card debt per week, you want to start doing it in small increments on a weekly basis, because this is going to make it easier than just throwing one lump sum at your credit card debt. Because psychologically, a lot of people, they're like, oh, how am I going to come up with this $3,000 to get me out of credit card debt? And you don't want to look at it from that standpoint. You want to just start taking pieces of it, chopping it down piece by piece, piece by piece. And you want to do that. And I taught people this method and it has worked. It has been effective for other people. Now, if it's going to be effective for you, it's strictly up to you. This is also a method that a lot of people use when it comes to utilization for their credit cards, especially some of my more savvy subscribers to this channel. What they like to do is they'll spend maybe $500, $1,000, whatever they spend a month on their credit cards, and then they'll make multiple payments per month on their credit card in order to chop down their debt so their utilization won't be as high. So they'll just make multiple payments and chop down on their debt, and that usually helps their utilization out by the time their statement ends and they receive their bill. Now, what I will say, I did my research on this. I went to Experian, and no, it doesn't affect your credit score by you making multiple payments on your credit card account. Now, this is from Experian. You can see it. I posted it in this corner, and you can clearly see what Experian says in regards to, making multiple payments. That's not where it's going to impact your credit score. What's going to impact your credit score is the amount that you owe. That's what usually impacts your credit score and your utilization. So that's what's going to have a big impact on your credit score, chopping that debt down. And you'll see, and the results usually show, when you begin to chop down on credit card debt, your credit score usually slowly but surely starts to go up. So I always like to have people experiment with their credit score and with their credit report when it comes to debt, because that's what credit scores basically are. How well you manage your debt. Your debt meaning the accounts that you have. How well you manage those accounts will determine what your credit score is going to be. This has been proven over and over and over again. People can dispute it all they want, but your credit score is based on how well you manage your accounts, aka your debt. So if you do a good job of chopping down on your credit card debt, and that's your trouble area, because everyone has different trouble areas, but if that's your trouble area and you do a good job of chopping down on your credit card debt, you'll more than likely start seeing changes, positive changes and improvements to your credit score. So just take that advice as far as, throwing money at it every week, making a payment every week and chopping down on that debt. Check with your credit card company to see if they will allow you to make weekly payments on your credit card in order to chop down on that debt. And eventually you're going to start seeing that debt go down, especially after the months go by, because let's be realistic, these months are going by fast. So try this method, see if it works. It may work for you, it may not. There's no guarantee with this, but you really don't have much to lose by throwing more money at your credit card debt. I mean, of course you can use it for other bills, but it really may help to cut out some of your extra leisure expenses and throw that towards your credit card debt on a weekly basis. But anyways, this is Water Your Soil. I hope this advice is beneficial to you. If you think it is, be sure to hit the like button. If it's your first time over here and you feeling the vibe, be sure to subscribe. Also, when you do subscribe, turn on all notifications. The way you do that is by clicking on the bell and hitting all. But anyways, this is Water Your Soil. I have other videos on how to increase your credit score, credit cards, secure credit cards, just about anything on this channel. Just go through my video section, all right? I appreciate you all for watching. This is Water Your Soil, and I'm out. Wait. Before you leave, be sure to check out the description box below. That way you can have all the credit resources from Water Your Soil. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button as well, all right?